Hi folks, Dan here, very warm welcome back to the Gear Hangout. And today we're going to talk about the Line 6 Helix Stadium and Helix Stadium XL. I have been a long time fan of the Line 6 products. I've had a number of Line 6 products. Right now I'm using the Helix rack with the control, and it is everything. It does everything. I can get any sound I want out of it. It sounds good. So I want to go over some of the points that are annoying me, why I might be changing my mind on purchasing the Helix Stadium XL specifically, maybe even the Stadium, but the Stadium XL, Stadium XL. First thing I want to talk about are the features over the sound of it. We've all heard by now the different sound samples that they've put out, although very late in the day since launch. They sound fine, they sound good. To me, do they sound any better or any worse than anything else out there? No, they don't. The Agura methodology that they're using to model the amplifiers, how much different is that to the years? I don't know, because I haven't got one in front of me, so I need to be able to get one to try it and work that out. Is it a feel thing? I don't know. But that's the sound aspect. You've got to bear in mind, Line 6's sounds are popular as hell. They're all in Line 6 Helix native, everything Helix, HX Stomp, Pod Express, the Flow Pod Go, wherever. Those HX sounds with that HX methodology, they've been around for a while. And those sounds are almost everywhere. Loads of people use them, loads of people love them and sing their praises. Will the Agora be any different? But on the flip side, in terms of the features of the Line 6 Helix Stadium and Helix Stadium XL, I think that's more where the selling points are. You've got the showcase mode, which is the bit that I am probably most excited. That's the biggest selling point for me at the moment, is the showcase mode. You've got the multifunctional mixer for all the different outputs. There's a couple of features. Is it worth spending the money on the Helix Stadium and Helix Stadium XL for the sake of a change of features? Because first and foremost, you got to think, most people are going to be able to be buying this as an amp modeler or something to gig with, something to record with, and are people going to be using those features? Myself, I would be using showcase mode. I want to put all our tracks in the band on the Helix, on the SD card, put where I want my pedal changes, leave it at the back of the stage and be done with it. But is it worth spending the money on that compared to the sound samples, where they don't sound, to me, straight up, they don't sound any better than the HX modeling methodology. They just don't sound any better. Again, might be a feel thing, but until I've got one, I don't know. But before I even think about dropping that amount of money, I need to be able to justify by knowing a bit more about the unit, hearing it, feeling it, seeing it. But obviously that's the way that retail and marketing goes, right? The second thing, we're going to get into the price, or the lack of price. In the UK, we still do not know how much these units are going to cost, and that's really, really annoying for me. And let me tell you why. I am not in a position, as with a lot of people, to be able to just drop money as soon as this item is released. We'll get onto the release date in a moment, but I can't, it's rumoured to be anywhere between £1,900 and £2,500 here in the UK. Those are rumours. I did my own video on it, trying to work out how much I think it's going to cost. We shall see. I am going to need to sell some gear to be able to get a hand on this unit, on a Line 6 Helix Stadium XL. I've got to sell some gear. There'll be 2 guitars and my Helix rack, floorboard, the works, just to be able to get the Helix Stadium XL. But I don't know how much it's going to cost. We still don't know. I don't know how much money I've got to raise to be able to buy it. And I don't know when I'm going to have to sell all those things to be able to buy it. Because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to sell gear needlessly, so then I don't have to sell one of my guitars, because it will only take me selling 2 pieces of gear to buy it. So I don't want to take that risk. But again, until I know how much this thing is going to cost, and a lot of people are in the same mindset, I don't think I'm going to even look at it. At this moment in time, I spoke with the retailer I put a pre-order deposit on with. I'm within the 40s in terms of the queue. So when they get a batch in, I am number 40 something to be able to buy one, or to have it offered for me to buy it. Brilliant, fantastic. That could be the first batch, that could be the second batch. We will get on to that. but I need to know how much I need to drop. Because if they phone me tomorrow and say, the Helix Stadium XL is in stock, do you want it? Well, yes, I want it, but I haven't got £2,000 to £2,500 right now. But I don't know how much it's going to cost. If Line 6 or the UK retailers tell us how much this thing is going to cost, I know, right, I need to sell that guitar, I need to sell that amp, I need to sell that guitar to try and get the money to drop it on it straight away. A lot of people aren't in the same position. You've probably got credit cards, or you can drop £2,500 worth of savings on this item, but I can't. But that then brings us to the when. When is it being released? When am I going to be able to sort of get my mitts on one? When am I going to get the call from the retailer I have my pre-order with to say, it's in stock, do you want it? Are you going to buy this now? If they'd said, this item is going to be here on October the 20th, in stock, ready to go, I would say, right, brilliant, I'll put that up for sale, I'll put that up for sale, I'll put that up for sale, I'll reduce the price a little bit just so I've got the money to just drop on the stadium. I can't do that. So what's probably going to end up happening is it's going to be released, I'm going to get that phone call, and I'm not going to have the money to just drop on it there and then, which is really, really, really annoying. A release date, I think at this point, whether it's got the features ironed out or not, a release date is important. Eric Klein said on the Facebook group that, well, he asked the question, would you prefer the Helix Stadium XL to come out sooner rather than later? If it's sooner, it won't have the showcase functionality. If it's later, it will have the showcase functionality. You can have it now and update to it later on, or you can wait for it and it'll all be there later on. A lot of people said they would prefer it now. I'd prefer it to be fleshed out a little bit first of all, because the showcase is the defining factor for me to be able to buy this item. Is why I want this item, is the showcase mode. But again, I can't just drop £2,500 if it's going to cost that much. We don't even know yet. I cannot drop that amount of money on an item. I need to know when I need to have this pot of money for. You know, I need to know when it's coming out, guys. This ain't cool. This ain't cool, and it's part of the reason I'm sort of losing faith a little bit in the product itself, because I want it, but the longer things go, the hype is dying down with me a little bit. As of the time of recording this, there's some videos from Guitar Summit, American Music Supply. I've put a video out going over the features, functionalities, sounds. It does look pretty cool, but when can I try one? When can I get my hands on one? When can I buy one? I suppose it's marketing, hype marketing 101, right? Which a lot of companies are really good at, and I think Line 6 are playing an absolute blinder by doing it the way they are doing it. But because it's taking so long, people like myself who are more than happy to spend 4 figures on a piece of gear just around some of the marketing and the features over the sounds, that's just not good enough at the moment. Like, we need to know, guys. I love your Line 6, but this is beyond. I need to know when it's coming out, you know? And I need to know how much it's going to be. But it has actually got me thinking as well. I gig with a rack and a control. Line 6 Helix rack and a control. Got my wireless in the rack. Got the Mission Engineering expression pedal with it. And it does me. It does everything I want. It does everything I need. It sounds good to my ears, it sounds good to the band's ears, it sounds good to front of house, it sounds fine. Am I going to be willing to drop that amount of money, the amount of money we don't even know, for the sake of a feature? I don't know. Can I live without the automation of showcase mode? Yes. I have snapshots, I can do it via MIDI from Logic. When we're doing live from Logic, I just MIDI it all up and it'll be done. And I can have all my preset changes done there and then. I am literally sitting here and talking myself out of this. But that thing, apart from everyone moaning about the DSP, which I don't have a problem with, and I use the polyphonic pitch functions, I don't know if for the sounds now at this point, which is why I'm saying the hype has died down for me, I don't know if the sounds are going to be worth it. If it's just the functionality, I can do it in other ways. Yes, I'd like an all-in-one unit to do everything I wanted to do and have it do the automation aspect of the live show, me not having to stand on anything unless I want to tune my guitar or use the expression pedal. But again, I think because of the amount of time it's taken to get anything out there, the hype has died down for me a bit. But being realistic about it, what are the real differences that we are buying into when we look at the Helix Stadium XL or the Helix Stadium versus the floor, the LT, the rack? You've got the sounds, the Agora, we've covered that with the Agora amp modeling methodology. Again, it doesn't sound any better, but it could feel different. Then you've got the features and functionality. You've got the added DSP, which again, I don't have a problem with in the current Line 6 lineup. You've got the added DSP, you've got the more signal paths, which I wouldn't use. Personally speaking, if I've got it in front of me and I try it, I might go, oh yeah, that works really well actually, then I'll give into it. You've got the showcase mode, which might not even be coming from day one. You've got the amp cloning feature, I can't remember the name, one second. Yeah, proxy it's called. I don't know, will it be worth it? I don't know. The Helix does everything I need it to. It sounds great. It's got the functionality I need rather than the functionality I want, if that makes sense. But I'm pretty sure once I've got the functionality of the Helix Stadium XL, I'll use it and I'll be happy with it. But because I haven't tried one, I don't know when they're going to be out. It's not something I think I'm going to miss, and I'm really disappointed by that because I really wanted this unit. And now I'm 50-50 on it, just because Line 6 haven't given us the information we need to be able to make the decision on, are we going to buy it? And I think, I am really starting to think that it has all been hype. The sounds I'm not that bothered with, is the functionality and the features of it. But again, it may not even come with some of the main features. Do you remember when Neural DSP Quad Cortex came out? They promised a bunch of features. That was a couple of years back, and only now they're even getting half of those features. Or they might even be getting all of them by now, but it's still taken so many years to get to the point where the features they promised upon launch, they're only now coming to fruition. I do hope Line 6 are not going this way. I'm more than happy, a couple of months worth of updates to get everything up and running, but I do hope they're not taking the same thing from the Quad Cortex guys here, because Quad Cortex, they've sold a lot of units, even without the features that they promised at the start, that only now people are getting, like the plugins, or the ability to use a plugin. I'm rambling on about that now, but I think what I'm trying to say is, based around the hype of other products from when they were launched to where they are now, I do hope Line 6 won't go in the same direction. Line 6, I love you so much. I got a lot of love for you. I got a lot of love for your products. But we gotta know these things. We've gotta know the when. We've gotta know the how much. I'd really like to know when certain features are going to be available, because if you take a page out of Neural DSP's book with the promises made at launch versus what people got for about 3 years after, I'm just hoping you're not going to go down that school of thought and use that marketing point. I don't think you will, but it makes me think that there will be a part of that because of everything we don't know at this point, so close to launch. We don't even know when it's coming. We don't know how much it's going to be. So is it hype? Is it marketing genius? Because I'm at that age now where I'm stopping being fooled by marketing, and I'm realizing that I'm being fooled by marketing. But at the same time, the functionality and the features of the Stadium XL can't be ignored from a practicality standpoint for someone like myself in a band who wants that automation. I guess what I'm trying to say is the hype has died down a little bit. I do want it, but before I even contemplate dropping the money on it, I need to know how much money I need to drop on it and when I need to drop it. That's a slight bit of a rant from me, or a bit of a discussion. Feel free to leave any of your comments below on what you think about the situation with Line 6 and the Helix Stadium XL and the Helix Stadium. We're just going to call it the Stadium family for now, because I'm getting sick of saying Helix Stadium and Helix Stadium XL. Where are you at with it on your thoughts? Do you want it? Has the hype died down? We shall see. Please like and subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. There's this little icon here. My name is Darren, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!